All right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. If you're just joining us, this is TV47 Breakfast. Being a Wednesday, we want to talk matters of the heart. Manake, every Wednesday, that's all we do here. This is a show that brightens up your morning. Tumetoka mambo ya sporti, Kakazema amezungumza Kiswahili, kimetukuzwa hapa on set. But now, I want us to talk matters of the heart, right? So, the question you're asking this morning is, why do we keep going back to on and off relationships? What's the catch with it? Mbona hutaki kuacha huyo mtu? Talk to us on our socials, TV47 Kenya, on Facebook and on YouTube. On X, it's TV47 Digital. Be sure to tag me at Annie_Dida. Our WhatsApp line is also active, 0793-267-279. And if you want to call in live, there is a number on your screen, or it will be there very shortly. You can call in live and interact with us. Talk to us. Why do we keep going back to in and off relationships, right? On and off relationships. What's the catch with this? My guests are already in studio. I have Felistas. Karibu tena. How have you been?
I've been great.
Are we seeing each other this year for the first time?
No.
That's how long you've been away on the show, but yeah. Good to have you. Karibu sana, Consolata Waithera. She's a psychologist this morning. She'll be helping us understand why we are like this. Why are we going back and forth? What's happening? Why do we keep going back to these relationships? Wycliffe, karibu. You're well? Umekuaje? Naona umedunga kweli kweli. I like that quote of yours. Naweza niachia?
Nakopesha tu alafu.
Interesting. I wonder because we've started with toxic love, right? And I wonder how we would interpret what toxic love looks like from our own perspective. Wycliffe, tukianza na wewe, yeah? When we say this is something that is toxic, how do you view it from where you sit?
I can say like when a relationship is full of, what can I say, a lot of quarrels, patanile vizuri, ama you see like you're doing something nice, but your partner sees like you're doing something that is not good for him or her.
Yeah.
So you find like from your side, you're giving your best. Maybe you're doing something, giving your best to your partner, but your partner is not satisfied. Now you find like there are a lot of misunderstandings between you and him or her.
Yeah.
You're not getting each other well. So you find like you feel like that relationship is somehow hectic to you. You are not okay with it. Now you find like you feel like there's a lot of pressure from that relationship. And that's the time you see like this relationship is fucking toxic.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
Hadi ukaweka the F word. Ukasema this is effing toxic. Daktari, Consolata, because you know you have a very interesting name, and I know we were bantering about it before we came on the show. Consolata is Mrs. Mwalimu, but today we'll focus on Consolata, and I was just asking him if somebody was actually named after the profession Mwalimu. Can you imagine? I don't think there's... Have you ever had such a name aside from your hubby?
Not at all.
That is the first. Toxic love, right?
Yes.
How do you interpret what and how a toxic love looks like?
Okay. What we call toxic love is, we can define it as unhealthy love. A relationship where there's a lot of conflicts, back and forth, in and out, unresolved issues. There could be emotional attachments, but the relationship itself is unhealthy. Yes. And the two people in the relationship or the group in the relationship, let's say in this that you're talking about the romantic, they could be good people, but because of several characteristics that can characterize a toxic relationship, it could mean they are good people, but the relationship itself that they are sharing is very unhealthy. Yes.
Is that really possible, that you're so much in love with someone but you guys are not just seeing eye to eye? Like there's a word that they say in Kiswahili, that damu zetu haziendani. Does it work for love as well, that you two are so you cannot be compatible in any way, but you love each other so much? Is that possible? Very
possible. Yes, that means that both of you are good, but the needs are not meeting one another, and perhaps the two have because courtesy of different personalities, backgrounds, different socialization. Those things could factor in to people not being able to have a healthy relationship, and yet they're so much in love because maybe they have been brought together by trauma bonding. Yes, it could be the emotional attachment is so heavy that the intimacy, the intensity is there. The relationship itself is the one that you're talking about that is could be unhealthy. And as well, there could be two people who are just toxic, or one person could be toxic, making the relationship become toxic.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm finding it hard to believe that two people can be too good for each other. Do you think it's something that applies? That you and your partner are just too good for each other, that, you know, you cannot be together?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We can't like say I'm too good for you. We're not all perfect. We all have our flaws. So I feel like we can't be like too perfect for each other's because we don't match in everything. There are some things that you like, I don't. We have the pet peeves in between.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I'll ever be perfect for someone. We just try our best to make each other feel comfortable. Yeah.
So how do you interpret toxic love?
For me, toxic love, this is where you're giving your best, but the opposite side says like, you're really not. Like, that expectation, kuna ile expectation alikuingiza nayo. And then the fact that hufiki hapo, ama at a point umeingia ikakuwa different, brings up a lot of toxicity in it. So for me, I feel like toxic love niyo ikianza kuwa one-sided, it turns to be something salty, making things go haywire. Yeah.
So at what point does it get too salty, right, Wycliffe? Because I'm imagining when you people are starting to get to know each other, talking stage, everything is always rosy, yeah? Go honeymoon phase, you love on each other, it's all merry go, every day is flowers, chocolates and all. At what point does it get salty to a point where now you're toxic for one another?
You know, I can say when the time you feel like you're now, it's getting serious, a relationship is getting serious.
Yeah.
I get like, maybe when you are dating time, you are giving it your best. Me, I normally say some people fake during dating times. Maybe I can show you that I can give you the whole of this world, but in real sense I cannot manage even to give you a portion. So you find like I'm giving you a lot of expectation, now you expect a lot from me. But now when you come to settle down now a serious thing, you find that whatever I was promising you to give you, I'm not giving you. Now you see now that expectation, now I lower the expectation on you. Maybe now you had a lot of that. Now unapata unaanza ku question. Why? You told me this, now ufanyi. You promised me this, now that's the time we find even cheating stuff starts in, insecurity starts in, because now the partner feels like, I was to get this one. If now that I'm not getting it, maybe someone else is getting that thing I was being promised. Now those insecurities now turns the relationship to be very toxic. Now the fight starts, the quarrels, the misunderstandings, hizo vitu zote zinakuja hivyo. Juu ile stage ya kwanza ile mapema, nilikuwa nakuonyesha naweza kupatia hii, naweza kupenda ile. I can give you maybe if I can tell you when we are dating, someone can call you even at night, even 2-3 hours. But now when you settle down, maybe nipige simu nikwambia umefika kwa nyumba, and it's out tutaongea. You hata calls zina reduce. Now that attachment inaanza ku reduce. Now that thing makes the other partner feel like now this thing is getting to penye sikuwa natarajia. Ile attention pia ina reduce. So your commitment reduce pia, the other partner feels like imechukuliwa na mtu mwingine. Now that's the time relationship inaanza kuwa na a lot of hizo nini, inaanza kuwa quarrels zinaturn to now naona kama relationship like naweza walk out of it. Those vitu kama hizo size na kama.
Hapo umesema mtu anapiga simu call 2 hours or 3 hours. That is being idle. Amna kazi. Why are you shocked? You do that?
It's not, I do that.
Why?
No, I can't. Like, you'll find yourself talking to the person you love for long.
For 2 hours.
See, you're vibing with the moment, like you don't even know when time passes.
Okay,
imeshika ndio kama
that is interesting. It would tell me for 3 hours, right? And I'm imagining that it's 3 hours, it's every day, like Wycliffe puts it, because he says that, you know, when you're in this talking stage, then you've normalized calling each other for these longer hours, right? But then if it's every day, what are you guys talking about every day that goes up to 3 hours?
There's always a different story to talk with the person you love. Like, even the smallest thing will turn out to be a story. Leo nimeona punda, it will be a story to tell. Like, that is how it is. I don't know, like, you'll just flow. Like, you know this person will listen to me. And you sure, you're like, kai, oni bibi wangu atanisikiliza.
Yeah. Because Solata, what do you think? Because for me, I feel like 3 hours is quite a long time to be on call. There's so much to do. Kazi ni mingi, mambo ni mengi. 3 hours on call, is this something that is normal?
It is very normal for the beginning stages.
Ama mimi ndio niko na shida.
To put it this way, is love has stages. The first stage, we call it the honeymoon stage, where all of you are butterflies, the love, the intensity is so high. The excitement is everywhere. The pleasure itself is calling one another. And so at that point, you can even stay the whole day and still feel that you didn't have enough day. Live around 3 hours, like a whole day, and you're still like, you know, we didn't have enough. And that is the most dangerous stage, because even if you can see any red flag, you'll not be able to pick it at that stage. Because the emotions are at the peak. That's the stage where you can't even advise a woman or a man. You know you're doing nothing.
Every red flag is yellow.
Yes, it's go. And so now when those things start settling in and the commitment stage comes in, the conflict stage comes in, now that's when the masks start falling off, the impression management is, it is put in the shelf. And so at that stage is where now real faces meet. The real people gets to see each other, the real heart, and then you get to uncover how you are socialized, like how you saw your parents handling issues. If you had one, if you didn't have, you see, that's a new whole world. So you're in a new environment and you're wondering, people can disagree, you know? So these are the stages now when the norms are getting to crash. Your values, your principles, and the other persons, they're getting to meet. And that stage is where now you're supposed to sit, talk, and establish goals, establish the clear communication pathway, so that you can hear one another. Because you could be seated there and you're seeing 6 on the table, and me on this other side, I'm seeing 9. Both of us are right. That's the ideology I was telling you about. The love could be real, but the relationship, the people could be good, but the relationship is unhealthy. So that is the ideology. So that stage, people can talk. Can talk even a whole week.
The honeymoon stage.
The honeymoon stage. So as you continue evolving to the other stages of love, that's where now people get to find the real other people. So you carried your trauma. I carried my trauma. Or you're having emotional pains. I'm having some different personality. I'm a choleric person. Your love language is different. My love language is different. So that's where things start crashing. And that's why I'm saying the people can be good, but these other factors that you're not considering could be the ones that are making, and if they're not well expressed, communicated, and well understood, they could be making the relationship to be toxic. Yes, because you can imagine a sanguine who is, everyone is my friend, and I don't have an enemy, and a choleric who is goal, let's achieve this, let's get this, and a phlegmatic who is so quiet, they just want that one loyal person to themselves and to have the entire time just seated there, and I'm seated here and we're not even doing much, and it's feel good. So these two people, these all factors considered, they could be making the relationship to be toxic, and the people could be genuinely in love, or one person could be toxic, or the both of you could be toxic, courtesy of the traumas, the emotional burdens you are carrying, generational patterns of your family, because we could be carrying, you know, our grandmother's way of handling things without us knowing, because with our research that we've been doing, we have established that emotions can be carried on from farthest generation. How? Emotions can be stored, or traumas can be stored in the ovaries, can be stored
ovaries?
Yes.
Hey.
And so you can imagine the child who are coming, by default, they will carry some of this pattern, by default. Just by being born by you. Yes, or in their family, they will carry default of those patterns, love patterns in their family, the conflict issues, the anger management issues. So the breast could carry emotions, the stomach could store emotion, the shoulders, the back, you know, any part of the body can hold emotion. So, and we've seen it.
Interesting. Every day is a learning. Did you know that, Felicity? That your ovaries could carry emotions.
And goes the same with the male figures. They could carry generational emotions, the trauma patterns in their family, you know, all these things. And so the grandfather or a child who was hurt when you're young is arguing with a grandfather of the ages, and you can see now these two people are not meeting, not because they are not good, but it's because there are two faces meeting at this juncture.
Right.
Yes.
Wycliffe, nimeona ni kama you don't want to agree with what Consolata is telling us this morning.
Something like
Why are you so hesitant to believe it?
Its emotions can be transferred. How? Hey, if I'm heartbroken today, so does it mean my son or my daughter will be?
Actually, what I'm getting from this, Consolata, just to try and clarify, right? Because I've had this time and time again that, especially if a woman is pregnant and they're constantly angry at other people, then that would in turn, you know, just be passed down to the unborn child.
Very true.
So I do, and I would love to believe that is what you mean by that. That you know, ovaries carry emotions,
and not just the ones you're experiencing, because when you're born, you have a fair share of what you're supposed to experience given by life, you know. So if you don't process it, and if you don't have a place where you can offload these emotions as well as processing them, emotions don't disappear and they don't go away. If you don't process them, because they are digested in the stomach just like food. So what will happen if the brain is overwhelmed or the mind is overwhelmed by a certain, or the nervous system has picked the signals and is overwhelmed, maybe in the process of interpreting or processing, because some emotion can be so overwhelming. You have lost everyone in your family. Your brain can shut down and decide, no, I don't want to deal with this. That's where we put all these things in the subconscious mind by suppressing them, trying to forget. But they don't go away. So if your brain does not and the mind does not process them, the body does the work for you by storing them until the day you're ready to process them.
Very interesting. Wycliffe, I don't know if now you understand what this means by, you know, you can be a reflection of your parents. If you're a happy person, then maybe your dad and your mom were very happy people. And if you're an angry person, then maybe your mother, when she was carrying you, she was angry at everyone.
I can slightly agree, but at the same time I cannot agree, because at some point, like you can get you had very toxic parents, maybe wamejam tu, wameshindwa wamejam tu, wamejamiana. But when you come out of them as a happy person, you live your own life. Hadi kuna ile hadi kwa society unaambiwa you are so different from your parents. So you see, those are two things. Maybe I can say, I'll say maybe they solved it before they gave birth to you. Maybe now maybe that's the time. Now you will be the different person. Maybe for that one I can leave that one pending, because I cannot say more about that one. But I cannot. Emotion can be transferred. I've learned today a new thing.
Yes, every day is a learning day. Actually, I see some truth to it, because I've heard about it. You know, growing up, just how people translate this particular thing in the traditional way, right? But Felicitas, we are going around talking about what now is a contributing factor. You know, when we get to a point where we are not seeing eye to eye, you know, this relationship is not working anymore. We are talking about meanza poa, yeah? The stages of love. You are in the honeymoon stage, there's so much butterflies. You want to talk for 3 hours. Then how does it get to a point where now, unaona mtu amekubo sana, you guys, no, it's not working anymore?
Okay, as he has said, insecurities zikishaanza, you can stop it until you two decide to address it. So I feel like, ukiwa like, I'll just give an example of maybe umeona like a weird call on your girl's or a man's phone.
Yeah.
That thing, like, it just shoots, trust becomes now an issue. Even if you love someone and then you just see that weird call, things do change. Things do change. And before you even address it, unamwacha nikae nayo, nijifanye kwa DCI. Ndio vitu zinaharibika zaidi.
Yeah.
So I feel like the whole honeymoon phase can last if mkiamua like kukiwa na any issue like kitu haijasit na mimi vizuri, you talk about it, it will go well. But ukiamua kuiweka kwa mfuko atikwe DCI, kitakulamba. That is what I can say.
Consolata, is it possible for the honeymoon phase to last, as Felista puts it? Because I'm looking at it from those ones who, you know, their relationships don't get to work. They've experienced all the stages of love. Actually, you didn't walk us through all the stages. We just talked about the honeymoon phase and when things are all rosy, and then it gets to a point where now things are not working anymore. But is it possible for things to always stay right there at the honeymoon phase?
I'll say no, because love, just the way we say change is inevitable, love the same way. It gets to evolve, it gets to grow. So if it's not growing, it means that the two of you are faking or you're lying to one another.
Yeah.
So it has to evolve because the bond has to be strengthened. The bond has to grow, you know, and so it is this growth that makes now us to evolve from that honeymoon stage to the next stage. Yes.
Wycliffe, do you think your relationship can forever stay at the honeymoon phase? Are you in love? Tuanzie hapo. Kuna mtu?
Today let me admit, yeah.
Yuko? Are you guys in the honeymoon phase? Ama mshapita hapo sasa, you're just winging it?
It's something else. Now maybe that stage of being toxic and something else.
You're toxic, you're already toxic with each other?
Yeah.
What's happening? Tuambie, tupe story sasa.
Maybe there are a lot of misunderstandings maybe.
Yeah.
And those insecurities. Maybe I don't like staying at home too much.
Yeah.
I like moving, so that process, and I like my phone always rings. Even now I make a silent zoo. Maybe a lot of messages and a lot of calls. Maybe work. Alafu I do a lot of online work sometimes.
Yeah.
So maybe my partner when sees I'm online, I'm a text jaona. I didn't even but another text in here. I mean text jaona. So she's like atapiga simu the next minute. Uko online na within reply.
Yeah.
So those kind of things. So that's the relation imefika imesonga imetoka huko ile enzi za kuongea sana. So like but ni sawa for me. I say it's okay.
Yeah, it's working for you.
It's working because I spoke hivyo pia naweza msahau siku mzima.
Yeah. Kumsahau siku mzima?
Yani she might text like now anaweza text saizi sijaona. Nikitoka hapa mimi in my business maybe niko online kufanya vitu zangu. Nikikuja akipiga simu saa maybe masaa 8 huko ndio nilikutext huko kuona ndio nitarudi kujibu hiyo message aliniuliza kitu.
Yeah.
So sinaona kwake haiko comfortable. But for me sile nilisinobu it ni nikitaka maybe sikuwa naona. So you find like now the side of ladies wanapenda sasa kuleta hiyo kwa issue.
Hiyo ni issue kubwa sana. That one is being toxic.
Na kutext unijibu. Nakupigia uchukui. Sijui unakuja kwa nyumba sana. So those are the kind of questions me spendi.
Yeah.
Na mimi nakwambia niaje wewe jua vile unajua. Ama ikiwa kunijibu na kuja kwa nyumba saa ngapi fai kuniuliza. Those are some of the questions. ufai kuniuliza umeshinda na nani, mbona kupiga simu sijachukua sikuwa nimeona. You have to understand me. So lakini ukianza kunikilesha that too much, maybe umeona kuna wambo alikuwa amenitext jana, maybe alikuwa ananiuliza some stuffs, crucial stuffs, alafu naanza kuniambia niliona message ya msichana. Why should you go angalia simu yangu? Kama unataka kupata kitunguu kwa simu, unachukua tu simu angalia. So my phone, mimi ishikwi. Mnulizi mkuja saa ngapi. So ndo maana toxic na maybe sana control saki yangu. That's how I handle my.
Leave that woman alone. Leave her alone. Unajua ninawaka moto kama drug kuwaka. Felicitas, what do you think about whatever Wycliffe is talking about? Unajua amesema ati msichana anasikia vibaya, but sasa hebu try and put yourself in her shoes. How would that sit with you?
That's really painful. First you text and then unaona kameingia double tick grey kwanza. And then you know like
the whole day. Possibly like you know when you're with someone ushashika the schedule yake. So you know nikitext around this time you're free. But even it say that if you really love someone you always kosa hata dakika sekunde to reply to someone. You won't lack that. Maybe nitakuwa like hi babe. You don't know like hi babe ni nini itakufuatia next. Maybe I'm in trouble. Ama saa zingine ni hi babe I wanna know how you are and then that's it. But sasa ushanigree jamani. Ushafanya hadi nishaanza ku overthink. I'm like kwani leo ameamka kaota nimecheat. You know like that is how it is. Unaamka kwani kidogo ndoto yake ni mimi nilikuwa mbaya. So I feel like even if ukireply even the shortest way, the girl will really appreciate. Rather than umweke hapo anabaki tu amekutext, you know like one text ikienda and like aone imeingia double tick, atashinda amefuatilisha zingine and then it will become more of ameanza kuweka anger issues sasa. Ndio sasa you know girls with controlling emotions na kwangu. Start being kwani nimekukosea ama umeona like it will start being salty from hi babe to something else. Right. I feel like ukiona hata hiyo text tu moja ya hi babe like respond and then like I'll be busy at this time. So I'll call you immediately at my lunch break or when I'm free ama nikiwa atacho. Easy peasy. Consolata, what do you think about it? Whatever Wycliffe is talking about. Nasema he's okay. He already admits that he's sort of toxic. They're past the honeymoon stage. But what do you think about it? Kabla nipeane my own opinion, which he might not like, so I will not give mine.
Okay. You see, with him, he's acknowledging that he's toxic. And the way he's handling that, the situation is not healthy. In this way, especially after, you see, after the honeymoon stage, the other stages, the conflict stage, the storm stage, the norming stage, the commitment stage, they require a lot of communication. And so, because communication helps one not to anticipate any uncertainty, you know, it calms the nerves. And when the nerves is calm, you don't have to have the anxiety, you don't have to have anything. And so perhaps he's doing this without knowing he could be carrying way how his dad used to handle things.
Na alikuwa nakataa.
Because we mirror what we were taught. We can give what we have not learned. So mostly the upbringing really factors a lot how you become an adult, and more so how you show forth your love and how you appreciate or accept love. So how he was given love, because from the stage of 0, immediately you're born, and even during before you're born, all the way, there's a way you're interacting with your parents, you're interacting with the society. So if society helps you to handle trust well, like we say, using one theory, psychosocial theory, 0 to 18 months, it's where the child is taught trust. And so when you hear someone in adult saying they have trust issues, you can imagine where it is rooted, 0 to 18 months. That's an infant, you see? And so when the mother is showing you affection, when you cry, they are taking you, they feed you on demand and all that, you grow and you'll start appreciating world and trusting the world from the mirroring of your mother or your caregiver. And so you can imagine a child who the mother has postpartum, they'll be neglected, or they'll be abandoned, or a mother who has given birth and they are struggling with depression, or they're having someone who is not supportive. And you know, our African society, the way most of us are raised, it's in the public domain. So you find because of demands, culture, and other factors, as most Africans were provided, and many things were spiritualized, you know. But when it comes to emotion, I think we need to have a school that is teaching emotion, how people can regulate, show emotion, how they can show forth emotion with boundary, appreciate love with boundary. And so without respecting the boundaries or having not communicated or established those boundaries, that shows that the stage is in the relationship will have issues, because this other person is desiring to be communicated, and him, according to the way he knows best to communicate, that is how. So you can see already when it comes to communication, they are crashing. And they could be good people. He may be not toxic, the girlfriend or the wife may be not toxic, but you see, just that area of communication is where now the issue is coming. Yes.
Is that relationship salvageable?
Yes. Any relationship is salvageable if the two people intend to and desire to and are willing to do the work, because after the honeymoon, it becomes work. And the work, you have both to be intentional. So if it's one person, it will not work. So both of you have to be willing to work, because it takes two to tango. Yes.
You have to be willing to work on it. Wycliffe, unapenda huyu msichana kweli? Be honest. Be honest before you proceed to our next question. Do you or do you not? I'm judging you, Ashley.
Okay, I do love her. I do love her.
Oh, sawa. So the question you were asking is, why do we keep going back, you know, to this on and off relationships, right? And I wonder, Wycliffe, if, for example, you and your partner have had an instance where you separated for some time, say maybe for 3 months, for 2 months, or for some weeks, and then you got back together. Has that ever happened in your relationship? That separation kind dog, or then you guys get back together?
I think it happened last year. Yeah, it happened.
For how long? How long was it?
4 months.
And then now to our question. Why did you get back together?
Okay, there are a lot of reasons as to why. Okay, for me, all those months I was silent, to be honest.
You were?
Silent on her. I never texted.
You were giving her silent treatment?
Yeah.
When he baby boy?
I never texted or called her for all those months. After like 3.5 months, I got a call, a new number. I picked it. I found it was her, because she was texting me, I was ignoring. She was calling me, I was ignoring. So I received a new call. I found it was her. Uliamua kuninyamazia nini and those stories nini. Okay, we talked. I was not around Cambia. When I'll be around, I'll look for you for maybe a dinner. We talk. So that's how we came to tena tukaanza kuongea. We solved the issues penye zilikuwa. Maybe I was the one who was wrong. I admitted my mistakes. And we moved on.
So ni yeye alikutafuta. You had no intentions to look for her.
Asiangeniona mimi ni simu. Mbona nimpigie simu?
You are toxic. But now, looking at it from a broader perspective, Wycliffe, why do people keep going back to these on and off relationships, And I'm wondering where or how and why you went back to that relationship. All factors considered, why you guys broke up in the first place.
you know, kuna at some point kuna wenye break up sit juu hawapendani. Maybe kuna ile misunderstanding inakuja mahali. Wanapendana but sasa maybe sasa sema kama hiyo yangu imesema communication maybe nakuja ina end up kwa big thing. Hadi mnafika nasema let me give you time. Ukiconsider sasa kunipea hii attention. Now we'll tena solve the issue, we'll move on. Au ndio hawajaachana eti hawapendani. Au may give you a break. Make up your mind kama uko serious unataka we move this thing to the next level or something like that. Alafu kuna ile yenye sasa hakuna maybe love, sasa ile love imeisha. Ya love imeisha is not easy people to go back. But sasa alafu kuna ile inakuja a lot of issues kwa relationships, maybe these are cheating nini. Na wale wanasema I will never forgive cheating maybe. Kuna all those kind of stuff. So hizo zingine hizo za issues, kuna zile minor issues yenye watu separate, maybe make up your mind, I make up my mind, we come together then we move forward. Hizo that's why maybe kuna hiyo on and off. Exactly ile yenye those now serious issues now. Maybe kama nikwambia mimi ukinicheat ni hivyo, hata unafaa ukienda ukidelete number ukienda ukiniblock. Those are kind of hizo. That's why na kuna hiyo on and off relationship. Hiyo misunderstanding maybe na what can I say, maybe alafu maybe na distance, kuna ile sana na attention. Those result to on and off relationships. Alafu kuna wale yenye like currently people are moving outside the country to work maybe. Tukifika huko, mimi niko huko Kenya. Na hiyo sana unajua kuna mtu hawezi kaa, hiyo nataka niongea msema huko far for long na anaweza mingle na watu wako around. But at the moment ana come back, sasa unapata tena
mnarudiana. Naanza from where you left. Hey, okay.
So that on and off relationship, for me I can look into two ways. Kuna ya mutual separation. Alafu kuna ya break up kabisa, sasa hiyo iwezi.
We'll come back kutuambie what you mean by mutual separation, because I'm looking at it from mutual separation, right? And I'm trying to imagine now long distance, for example. Aende huko kwenye ameenda, and then she comes back, right? But then you're already mingling with other people here, and then you get somebody attached to you. Do you leave them now to pick up from where you left with this other person who went abroad and now came back? What happens?
That's why I said maybe it depends on which way you separated you people. Maybe kama you nimepata examples, maybe that of communication. Maybe before we're talking slightly. Maybe in the morning when I wake up, maybe you're not staying together, you're staying different places. When I wake up in the morning, I check on you, I go to work. Anytime maybe I check on you, evening I check on you. But before, when we're in honeymoon stage, you are talking, maybe after work we talk. So after this time after work I go, naanza kuongea vitu zangu, mimi naingia nalala. So you know, those things, maybe sasa uniambie, wewe sasa ukiamua tena kukua serious, tutaendelea. Let me give you some break, you make up your mind. So maybe hii side ukinipea break, maybe now getting new catch hivi tunaongea. Now you come back again, ulimaliza aje, nilikuwa na msichana hapa, nilikuwa maybe wana serious relationship. Napata some people separate even they have gone to extra mile, maybe they have kids. But now due to a lot of issues, family issues, wana separate. So unajua baby mama ni baby mama, maybe mkiamua ku make up things right, maybe you move in tena mnaendelea. So those are kind of things also zina make watu hata kama ulikuwa umeanza kudate msichana hivi, maybe ulikuwa unapenda baby mama, ulikosana kitu kidogo. Si mtamwambia tu mwingine yenyewe mwenye boma amerudi sasa inabidi tu uingie.
Wycliffe, you should be taken out of society.
He's real.
Do you agree with it? That
that's the current state outside.
And in this way, right? He brought it up, and I'm wondering now, you know, you separate with someone because of one reason or the other, and he's brought in that aspect of baby mamas as well. And I'm imagining now, if, for example, you have a baby daddy, that is an example, So your baby daddy gets with somebody else, right? But you have a kid. But then you want to give this kid a sibling. I was seeing this conversation online. So you go back to your baby daddy for you guys to have, you know, to give your kids other siblings. What happens to the woman who now he's seeing romantically?
You see, you can't make decisions for people, and sometimes people make decisions for themselves, and they have to live with the consequences. And sometimes the people around them, they may become victims of some people's severe consequences of decisions they made. Like that one, you want another kid, and you go to the same baby daddy, things didn't work, and you parted ways, and they have family. And because there was that emotional attachment prior, it can make you also reconnect easily, because the intimacy maybe was not bad.
Even if you have a partner, you have your partner, you moved on and you have another partner, you still want to go back to the baby daddy? It's normal?
There are people who reason that way, and we have to respect their judgment as to why they do, because some they're saying they would want their kids to come from the same father, but them they want to have someone else who will nurture the kids. There's one who will provide the seed, and the other one who will nurture the kids.
Isn't that being too selfish?
It depends with the two people who have agreed. The challenge is the people who end up suffering is the partners who you've continued life with and the kids. Because as for you, you're living your life, and according to you, you're living it to the decisions you're making. And so if you're making a decision for yourself and you're living by the decision you're making, you're good, because this is what you wanted. The challenge comes now the children, the people who suffer in between, and the partners and the society at large, and eventually yourself. When now the consequences of those decisions start manifesting in future, you could suffer and you could start regretting later. But maybe when you're excited in that moment, following your decision, living by your decision, could be excited.
What do you think, You have a baby daddy, you break up, you're in another relationship with now your partner whom you love so very much. Would you go back to your baby daddy who is in another relationship, so that you guys can give your kid a sibling while you guys have other partners on the side?
For me, I can go back to my baby daddy.
Ukuwe na baby daddies.
Actually, like nikuwe na baby daddies, but there was a reason for us to separate. And if the baby daddy may be supportive, we might rethink. But in this current world, who's that supportive like to care for your kid? Wewe ukipata mimba wewe shikanga tu kishikanga nje yako. So I don't think I'll go back to a baby daddy. Like kama umekata mtoto, like story yetu imeishia tu hapo. Even if the attachment was strong, for me I do take rejection very strongly. So if that rejection, you've already denied the first kid, maybe mwingine amemchukulia poa. So see, life continues with the new one. How
about if he's fully in the kid's life, right? He's providing everything that he needs to provide. He's taking the kid to very good schools. He's a very good father, Very good father, not very good partner. Would you consider giving him another child just because he's a good father to your other child?
No.
Umekata. Let's get back now to our question of the day, Consolata. Why do people keep going back to these on and off relationships?
There could be several factors making them to go back and to be in that cycle of on and off. One could be the emotional attachment, meaning when it comes to intimacy, things are okay. But because of attachment issues, you have a bad attachment towards your partner. It could cause a lot of issue, and the relationship could be toxic. And because your nervous system is now becoming used to, addicted to the on and off, to anticipate for anything, becomes like an addictive. And so that when you're away, it anticipates for reunion. And also when you get back, there's that the intensity of emotions, intensity of love. So the mind, it could act as a reward to the mind, so making you to be in that cycle. And when now issue comes, the mask falls off again, and you've not resolved the issue beneath that made you in the first space you separate, you could be that. Another thing is the fear of being alone or being lonely. So that could be a factor on its own. There are people who are in the relationship because they fear being alone or being lonely. And majority are suffering in relationship because they are lonely in relationship, but they don't want to face, they fear being alone. Yet they are in those relationship and they are feeling lonely. It's quite more even dangerous than being alone out there. So another thing is the hope that the person or things will change. That hope is act as a you know, as a dopamine to the brain, nervous system, and so it keeps you in that cycle. Another thing is the trauma bond. If you're trauma bonded, your baby daddy, mama, and or as two partners, you're bonded because you, without knowing or with awareness that you suffered an incident, you didn't have a father, and so you're looking for someone who will be a father. And this person also didn't have a father or a mother, and so you're looking for someone who will be motherly or fatherly. So that one can bring you together, meaning that the reason as to why you've come together is not healthy love, and so it may make the relationship be unhealthy. Another thing is that last one is low self-esteem and low self-worth. So it makes you feel like you're not enough and you'll not be able to get someone else. And maybe perhaps you are in a relationship with a narcissistic person who really lowered your guard, your self-esteem, your self-worth, stripped all your confidence. And so you're left naked, vulnerable. So you end up now getting back because of such a reason.
All right, great. We do have somebody on call. That is Kevin from Baringo. Kevin, good morning. Yes, good to hear from you this morning. Talk to us.
Yes, I was actually to contribute that you see,
yes,
any relationship is actually good when it is working in the right direction.
Yes.
But when it is toxic in a way, I was actually recommending this. It could have been more better.
Yeah.
Though relationship government in our constitution is actually not existing to what I'm saying.
Yes.
It was fair to be reconstructed his certification right from stage 1 as the 6 months stated by the constitution, which means the recognition from the two partners should be also notified. So that they can easily keep in case of any controversial.
Yep.
They can seek now guiding and counseling from the entire body, whereby it gives them that gives out certification to nurse those issues they have, and also they can keep way for the future of the young ones if in case.
Yeah.
Because I know it's actually very tricky, because you see in what is actually very much controversial and complication in a way.
Yeah.
In every homes across the world, women are the key determinants.
Yep.
To either keep it or not to keep it.
Yes.
And the section of men is to see how the family could easily grow in terms of providing in the right way, and also having a good understanding of these persons who have come to make the change to continue. I think
Yes.
that's what my opinion is.
All right.
And also,
yes, Kevin, is he still on the line? We've lost him. I think we've lost Kevin, but you can call in again. When you do next time, you can please turn down your TV, tune it down kidogo to ndio nikupate vizuri, but you can call back again, because I have a question for you. Why do we keep going back to these on and off relationships, Kevin? What do you think? Yeah, why is it so hard to leave? But Felices, would you go back to your partner after, say, separation? And do you believe in something like a break, giving each other a break?
Yeah, I do believe giving each other a break.
Yeah.
Because there are times you can be too much. You can be too much at a point. So I do believe like this, but still like separation, break up alafu ushaanza kwenda club, tunaona things are not singing. It's like that separation of let's figure out first whatever is ailing us from inside, not to go party, like to know whatever is really ailing us, to joy how we'll fix it. That we can go back to that. But there is on to off.
Yeah.
For me, I can do that.
You can.
I can't, because that shows that you really attach to that person. Like all your emotion now is just based on that person. Because you can't live without person. Like chana, but you're like, no, I want that person.
Yeah.
Like you have based everything, like your emotions, how you move, to be determined by someone. So on and off for me, it's niyo tu mambo na kukua connected to someone to an extent you don't want to let go.
Yeah.
Which is also love. Letting go is also love, by the way. But if you don't want to let it go, it turns out so sad to bring the toxicity in it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I can walk all over you, then fine. Because now I can go have fun somewhere else and I still have you in my pocket. So for me, I can't, like, the on and off.
Right. But when you talk about break, that for you, you know, you really do agree to the concept of taking a break. What happens during that season of break? What are you two doing? Are you seeing each other people? Or
No,
are
you're not
strictly
seeing each other people.
Yeah.
Like you'll keep, still the communication should be there. Like I'll still communicate like, hi babe, you okay, you good? It's not like the separation of mpaka communication imetoa. Ati juu we are not seeing each other eye to eye, communication imetoa, caring for her imetoa. No, like separation is just for you to understand whatever is really like bringing an issue to the relationship. It's not meant for us to like break up. That is just a small ya kurelax kwanza tu urudi before unione like I fit in your nini. Venye ulikaa hivyo kuona like, hey, by the way nimekufia fail.
Yes.
Nafaa kuona fail. Like, go back to that stage. Like, what really meant. Alifanya nini na nini amefanya sahi ikakuwa mbaya. Like, that is the purpose of the break. Not for us to find new partners. We're moving on with life. Sini break. Tunaweza kuwa na kasniki link hivi.
Yeah.
That is not the essence of a break.
Weekly breaks, yeah? Tell us what happens when people are on break. Two people who are dating, they've decided now to give each other a break. What happens?
Or if it's all about a break,
Yeah.
so you maybe you make up your mind over something that you are misunderstanding each other. Maybe you can give some time. For me, I can end that communication. We have decided to give each other time. So that time, you just relax your mind, I relax my mind. Maybe after that duration, we agreed, now we start talking. Maybe if we will be communicating, maybe we'll be communicating on a serious issues, or maybe you want to check on something serious, maybe from my side.
Yeah.
I cannot ignore you. But not that frequent communication. Tunataka uniongeleshe leo kesho nini, and we said we were going for a break.
Yeah.
Then time unaenda break gani kama unaongea kila siku.
Kama mnaitana all the sweet words.
Babe nini lakini leo jioni. So tukwenda break. If it's a break, kama ni yeye wiki mbili, kaa huku nikaa huko. Maybe so kaa kuna kitu maybe ulikuwa unataka, maybe niambie want something. Hivyo tuenda direct, hi, I want something, mimi tumalizane nayo. Hata kuna haja upige simu. I want something. I will see kama ni something can be sorted out without even seeing you. Maybe I will sort it out. Maybe if seeing you, tupatane tumalize hiyo shughuli tuleta hapo. Alafu hiyo sasa tukisha make up moment turn to the normal.
Yeah.
But if about tuliachana, kuna sa break up, ex arudi hivi.
Yeah.
Aenda akienda. Hivyo tu. Ex arudi.
So Letta, what do you think about breaks really? Because I'm trying to imagine, yeah, what really happens when people who were once in love or maybe are still in love decide to give each other a break, right? And Wycliffe here is talking about we don't have to constantly communicate every day. If we have to, it has to be on serious matters, right? Then how do we then again build something that is good in our eyes, something that would potentially bring us back together, yeah? What happens after a break? Are we allowed to see other people? Are we allowed to try and mingle? Are we allowed to try and work on this relationship? What happens?
It's a whole big space one gets into. because the essence of the breakup is because, or separation is because that you two are not able to agree. And at that point, you're all emotionally intense. The emotions are at the peak. So break is very healthy, it's very recommendable. Yeah, because it gives you you two to go cool off and become objective. Because when you're emotional, you can be objective.
Yeah.
You'll be making emotional decision, emotional based decision. So the break is to cool off the emotions and to bring the clarity back. Because when the emotions take charge, you know, they are ruthless. You cannot see beyond the pain or the excitement or the fear or the guilt or the shame. And so the break is to cool off whatever emotion that is happening in the partners, and then they are able to see clearly. And the break is also helpful because it will give you people chance to decide whether to work on what separated the two of you. You decide to be intentional, either to go for therapy, counseling session, so that you can be helped to transit the stage or where you are stuck, or perhaps you're stuck in your trauma or in your personality. Perhaps your people are so good, it's only that the emotions have made you to become judgmental, based on where you're coming from. And so it will help you become rational. The break will help you work on the differences. It will also help you to evolve, because you see, conflicts helps to speak the authenticity of us. You know, that's the only time, if I'm angry, I can say anything I've ever wanted to tell you, but I could not because we were in love. That's the time you tell each other everything. Agree, good, and on the edge. So if people, they cool off and they become objective, they are able to see that what you are telling me was true. It was not your anger. It was not your trauma. What you told me is true, and it's what I need to work on. And what I told you is true. And if we are willing, we can decide, we sit down, set goals on what we want to work on. Expectations, we lay them down, because also that's a time when you're able to understand yourself, do self-assessment, evaluate your input in the relationship, and you get to do yourself a thorough checkup with yourself, and also to assess the other person. That's when the emotions have settled, you're able even to see them for the needs they express, because we usually say in psychology, beneath any behavior anyone is putting forth or expressing or showing case, beneath there is a need that either has never been met. So there's unmet many needs, psychological needs that have never been met. Perhaps you grew up without a father, so you grow up attached to any woman who is showing you love, you be attached to any man, especially older version, because to you, you're seeing a father figure psychologically without knowing, but you're attached to a partner. So you see these differences. So when you call yourself, or you ask yourself, you evaluate yourself, you go for counseling, or you ask feedback from friends and from him, and if you're objective enough to take the feedback positively and objectively and work on those things, the break will be very good, because the coming back will be a healthy relationship. It will mean that perhaps we have seen, we are good people, but we have so many unfinished business. Let's everyone go finishing theirs. Should we meet again? That's well and good. If we don't, bye-bye, and it was nice meeting you. Yes, again, it could mean that it's a space where it could mean that both of you are evolving, because any change comes with its own fair share of challenges. So if you are able to transit that stage you are in, either in your personal growth, career growth, motherhood, fatherhood, so this dynamic can play a lot. And so if you're able to transition and to realize that, perhaps it was my hormones, I was in that stage, my hormones were everywhere as a woman, or you're just given birth and your hormones were, you know, for baby daddy, for mamas, your hormones were everywhere. You are not able to reason out, and so you call your judgment back to reasoning, and you'll be able to see clearly, and the break it will be good, because it will mean either we forge forward with a bond that can never be broken, or the bond will have to be broken completely, or it's something will make it a work in progress.
Wow, that's so profound. But as we wind up now, our final round is, how do we then break from this cycle, Phil? What would be that one thing or that one sign or signs that you'd see in a friend and tell them, because you said you can't do on and off, yeah? But now what would you see in a friend and tell them that, sasa umerudi sana, it's enough, now let it go? Yeah.
Okay. For me, for a sign, I'll just say it out of experience. Like, you'll start like everything like based on relationship. For me, a sign ni ile nye, you'll only talk about that one person, like that one man. Unashindia tu hapo. Like, ningepewa chance ingine, I'll just go back to him. Mbona hani text, mbona nikipita aniangali. Like, those are the few things that will just take you back to on and off.
Yeah.
For at least, you just have to accept like the dude has moved on, because we never know what men think like over there.
Yes.
So you just like accept too, because
they're surely not thinking about you, man.
Because they have football in mind.
Yeah.
Comes at the fact that World Cup is coming. So how sure are you'll be in his mind?
Yeah.
He has work, maybe his parents. So accepting to like, your turn came, you got served, and maybe things didn't go well.
Yeah.
You just leave it there. You don't take the whole hot pot sasa unajiekea ikuange yako.
Yes.
It can't work that way. You just have to let it go.
Do you think it's us women who constantly want to go back to these relationships that maybe were not working from the onset?
Yeah, there are many women who would love that because of whatever he used to give. He used to give me affection, this and this, maybe the intimacy level, you know, those small things are the ones that keep them hooked there.
Yeah.
You'll even find it's not something majorly big that Angao, like, he really helped me to cope with this emotion during my hard time. Maybe I'll find like, Nijo, ile attraction anipea, ndio ina satisfy roho. Like, it's just the small things that keep them glued and hooked to that one person, making them like getting more emotionally engaged there.
Yeah.
And keeping on thinking and thinking. You know, when you keep on thinking, you are adding more sins that maybe if I go back there, this thing will happen.
Yeah.
Maybe if I go back there and then I give him a hint of how I want to be treated, he will do it. And then you go back, he does the complete opposite. So, yeah.
So it's always going back for how they make us feel and not us wanting to stay there.
Yeah.
Wycliffe, do you think it's us women who push for, you know, sort of some sort of reunion, right? Tukitaka maybe after separation or break. Are we the ones who push more for it, getting back together?
Yeah, mostly it's from...
Do men try and get back their women?
Rare cases. Mostly it's from ladies. Most men, when they move on or when you walk out of their life, most of them, they just forget about you. Yeah, jukishaenda, vile amesema there are a lot of commitments. Most men think about how they're going to build themselves or get a new partner. Maybe you find maybe a lady did wrong to you, maybe, and then you separated. You know, for a man, maybe that thing ilikuumiza, ilikuuma. So you can let her go. Now, when you decide to let her go, it's very hard for you to go again and look for her.
Yeah.
So unless she comes back. So for you, maybe now you start refocusing. Maybe you do something else, you forget about that relationship. Until she comes back, maybe that's the time you'll consider her back. But mostly men, it's very rare. I can say maybe 10% can go after. 90% normally don't think about that relationship. They just only think about moving on with some serious stuff or some other relationship.
And this same thing happens when you guys are taking a break as well. That mkiwa kwa break, you don't even think about that woman. You think about other things, how you can build yourself. Is that the case?
For a man, maybe if that lady was very, 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 I don't know, I can say, hey, that's the time maybe that man can think about that lady.
Yeah.
But in some cases, most of the cases, men don't think about that lady. If kama amesonga, tutatuangalia tena vile tutatafuta ingine huko nje.
All right.
That's why you find mostly them the wanga wa kwanza to make approach back to the man. I was texting you, I was checking on you. Now that is the time now man remembers, acha nimsikize gonna sema.
My ladies, if you are watching, please stop. Please stop. Unaona venye wanatuongea vibaya. Please stop. They're feeling so wanajisikia sukari because of that. But Consolata, as we wind up and as we you close the show for us, right? How and when do we break this cycle of on and off, going back and forth? You know, if something is not working, how do we break that cycle?
Okay, how we break the cycle is one, deciding to have the knowledge of what is happening.
Yeah.
After the knowledge is you decide to be intentional, either to part ways or to solve the unresolved issues, and you solve them to completion or to work in progress. Another thing is healthy boundaries. Boundaries. You know, many of us, we've not been taught that boundaries are not rejection and they are not wall. So we assume that when he needs a space to breathe out, he has just rejected me or he has created a wall. And perhaps he just wants a space where he can go breathe and fill his cup again, because love is emotions, you know, and you're pouring to one another. So you're emptying your cup. And so as a person, you can't give from an empty cup.
Yes.
So you need to fill. And that's why now that also break, not only break to separate, but also a break to be away, filling your cup, doing your well-being, taking care of your mental health, you know, meeting other friends like your girls. You go out with girls, you go out for the football and other games, you're filling your cup so that by the time you're coming, you're healthy. So both of you have to choose to be intentional, set healthy boundary, clear communication as you navigate trust and commitment, because it's a very delicate space to be. And then another thing is us empowering everyone and psychoeducating everyone to understand that we are all emotional beings. You know, we are social beings. We were created to connect. And so we can't live without those connections. And sometimes we say women are more emotional, so they are the people who go, because women are, because of how we've been socialized, that women can openly express themselves. They have that space to express, to go back. But men, because the way they have been socialized, you know, you need to be a man enough, you need to don't cry, don't show your emotion, which is mythical and which is not unhealthy for our men out here, because vulnerability is strength, and suppressing emotion is danger. Danger to yourself, danger to, and then these are the things that we are passing on to other generations.
Yes.
Yeah, so we understand we are all emotional beings. We need to learn emotions, learn to express them with emotional intelligence, whereby we know that as you express yourself, you respect the dignity of other person. As you express yourself, you understand that you have total power of the control of your emotion, but you don't have control or total power of other people's emotion.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for making time. That is Fel Wycliffe and Consolata Waithera. She is the lead psychologist at the LPS Counseling Center. Asanteni sana for making time, right? Let's continue this conversation on our socials. We're talking about toxic love, right? Why do we keep going back to this on and off relationship? So our socials, TV47 Kenya on Facebook and on YouTube. On X, it's TV47 Digital. Our WhatsApp line is 0793 267 279. Talk to us, tuambie, why do you think we keep going back to on and off relationships? That brings us to the end of the show this morning. My name is Annie Odida. Keep interacting with us and enjoy the rest of your viewing. Good morning.